Sa segment we know yemfa NDC lens in hwe yemfa NPP lens in show yemfa personal interest lens and ehwe sa program yi ye the Ghana lens no na ehwe until you partisan lens ne to nchene hye Ghana de no see yourself as a Ghanaian first.
At the end of the 4 years of my term in office as president, Accra will be the cleanest city in Africa. That is where we want to get to. That is the commitment I'm making on your behalf and on all our behalves, that by the end of the 4 years of Akufo-Addo's presidency, Accra will be the cleanest city in the entire African continent.
To a larger extent, because sa lockdown cleaning mami hu say president na enye dreaming no dream na mo no eye na meka the other time me press meet the press make I say yes. It is on course and it is doable.
But it's not in this 4 years.
Oh,
in this 4 years,
what? It depends on what we mean by cleaning. I don't want to be philosophical, but if we have to argue out the case, I'll think substantially about 85% achieved.
In terms of making Accra the cleanest city
in city,
Africa.
A clean city. Africa, they say COVID in 220. I'll take refuge in that. Because they say wouldn't they happen or baby. But as I sit here and think it is achieved. Say Ghana you clean.
Really?
Maybe you don't go out.
By the end of the 4 years of my term in office as president, Accra will be the cleanest city in Africa. That is where we want to get to. That is the commitment I'm making on your behalf and on all our behalves, that by the end of the 4 years of Akufo-Addo's presidency, Accra will be the cleanest city in the entire African continent.
I know it's never a sin. That's why the General BB they pon the station a chance and no cranny back home, Mrs. Sinupi. No cranny back home, Sinupi. Say no cranny back home, Sinupi. No cranny back home, Sinupi. Say no cranny back home. The truth is an offense to the wicked, I know. But I know it's never a sin. That's why the General BB they pon the station. Nothing can a chance and no cranny back home, Mrs. Sinupi. No cranny back home, Sinupi. Say no cranny back home, Mrs. Sinupi. No cranny back home, Sinupi. Say no cranny back home. BB, large up yourself, you don't know. Sinupi. No cranny back home. Sinupi. No cranny back home. Large up yourself. Bless.
Me and my youth, we go jack up with bulletproof. Connected with Bismarck Brown. We go tell them the truth. Until this weak and wickedness of our leadership in Ghana, they go uproot. Sinupi, no cranny ba kope. Sinupi, no cranny ba kope. Yeah, man, your food just spirit under control. Sinupi.
Gas clear. At the end of the 4 years of my term in office as president, Accra will be the cleanest city in Africa. That is where we want to get to. That is the commitment I'm making on your behalf and on all our behalves, that by the end of the 4 years of Akufo-Addo's presidency, Accra will be the cleanest city in the entire African continent.
To a larger extent, because sa lockdown cleaning mami hu say president na enye dreaming no dream na mo no eye na meka the other time me press meet the press make I say yes. It is on course and it is doable.
But it's not in this 4 years.
Oh,
in this 4 years,
what? It depends on what we mean by cleaning. I don't want to be philosophical, but if we have to argue out the case, I'll think substantially about 85% achieved.
in terms of making Accra the cleanest city
The cleanest
in
city.
Africa.
A clean city. Africa, they say COVID in 220. I'll take refuge in that. Because they say wouldn't they happen over baby. But as I sit here, think it is achieved. Say Ghana, you clean.
Really?
Maybe you don't go out.
Here's another one, David Oscar King, Soundboy on that beat. Yeah, very good, bad boy. Them are gonna try to blow your horn. Don't you never fall, never give up. Work hard, stay strong, lift yourself up. This is how to live, this is how to learn. This is how to win and lift yourself up. Don't you never fall, never give up. Work hard, stay strong, lift yourself up. This is how to live, this is how to learn. This is how to win and lift yourself up. This journey of life, you have to realize it's not for the weak, it's only for the strong and the brave battle. This battle of life, you have to survive. Be strong and don't be weak. Rise up when you fall, do not stay battle. Tell them, say be smart and be wise. And oh, yeah, that man cannot help you when the jack can truly lift you up. Go on and do you the best way. You know, yeah, only you can be you in your shoes. Don't you never fall, never give up. Work hard, stay strong, lift yourself up. This is how to live, this is how to learn. This is how to win and lift yourself up. Don't you never fall, never give up. Work hard, stay strong, lift yourself up. This is how to live, this is how to learn. This is how to win and lift yourself up.
I know the journey might be long, might be tough on the rocky road. Don't you give up, give up, give up. Don't you give up, give up. Yes, I know you have to dig very deep, crash the rocks just to get it through. Don't you give up, give up, give up. Don't you give up. Hear me sing that one, your blessed is to me. Be strong and don't be weak. Kanya moko moko on the envy and the greed. When the wicked man are breathe, keep your distance from them sin. Work hard and stay focused and surely you will win.
One day at a time, fortune favors only the brave. So keep your hearts alone, cause it won't be so long. Them are gonna try to blow your horn. In only Jaja is where to live and where to move and make your being and sing hallelujah. Cause only him can turn your life around. Many will see and do soon. Believe your light will shine. And care wise who you underestimate today. Many people rise and many also fall. It will all stem out from your way. So trust yourself and never hesitate. You've got only one life, so live it out your way. Who will believe, yeah, in the beauty of your dreams. Here's another one, David Oscar King, Soundboy on that beat. Yeah,
very good, bad boy.
them are gonna try to blow your horn. Don't you never fall, never give up. Work hard, stay strong, lift yourself up. This is how to live, this is how to learn. This is how to win and lift yourself up. Don't you never fall, never give up. Work hard, stay strong, lift yourself up. This is how to live, this is how to learn. This is how to win and lift yourself up. This journey of life, you have to realize it's not for the weak, it's only for the strong and the brave battle. This battle of life, you have to survive. Be strong and don't be weak. Rise up when you fall, do not stay battle. Tell them, say be smart and be wise. And oh, yeah, that man cannot help you when the jack can truly lift you up. Go on and do you the best way. You know, yeah, only you can be you in your shoes. Don't you never fall, never give up. Work hard, stay strong, lift yourself up. This is how to live, this is how to learn. This is how to win and lift yourself up. Don't you never fall, never give up. Work out, stay strong, lift yourself up. This is how to live, this is how to learn. This is how to win and lift yourself up.
I know the journey might be long, might be tough on the rocky road. Don't you give up, give up, give up. Don't you give up, give up. Yes, I know you have to dig very deep, crash the rocks just to get it cool. Don't you give up, give up, give up. Don't you give up. You me sing that one, your blessed is to me. Be strong and don't be weak. Kanya moko moko on the envy and the greed. When the wicked man are free, keep your distance from them sin. Work hard and stay focused and surely you will win.
One day at a time, fortune favors only the brave, so keep your hustle on. Cause it won't be so long. Them are gonna touch and blow your horn. In only Jaja is where to live and where to move and make your being and sing hallelujah. Cause only him can turn your life around. Many will see and do so. Believe your light will shine. And care wise who you underestimate today. Many people rise and many also fall. It will all stem out from your way. So trust yourself and never hesitate. You've got only one life, so live it out your way. Who will believe, yeah, in the beauty of your dreams. Don't you never fall, never give up. Work out, stay strong, lift yourself up. This is how to live, this is how to learn. This is how to win and lift yourself up. Don't you never fall, never give up. Work out, stay strong, lift yourself up. This is how to live, this is how to learn. This is how to win and lift yourself up.
Honorable, the main question he asked you was looking at Article 41 and the requirement. It says that are you able to say categorically that you can live with other people in harmony?
I have lived with decent people in harmony for 66 years. I cannot live in harmony with criminals. That I won't lie. I won't lie. But decent, respectable people who will not ask you to do this and then stab you in the back. Those are traitors. I can't live with them. But decent people, I will live with them. Criminals, I can't.
Mr. Speaker.
C-no-P. No cry a year back, yes, I'm Kobium. C-no-P. And for the third time, C-no-P.
Gaskia Gudaka Deni.
Gaskia Gudaka Deni ampa. No cry back, and no quale kobe penny. And of course, nyata fed de kakwe. No cry a year back, the truth can never be true. No cry back, see na see a penukra. Say tuntum, a fita. Untimi nkase asa aye blue. Enso unim se ade tuntum. Untimi nkase asa ade no eye off white. Enso unim se ade no eye fita. No kre eye ba kope, and that is what it means. And no kre so de fa hodie ebre adasa. No kre e de fa hodie bre ankrankre. And the truth also brings freedom to the masses. If we hear and know the truth, we see freedom. The good book tells us all about truth and freedom. Or say, and you shall know the truth, and the truth that you know will set you free. Say, you cannot cry actually ye hua Ghana, ye bedi ye ho. Say, you cannot cry actually ye hua Africa, ye benya fa hodie mapa. But ye see a be katasu mumuaso, yesi yebefa continue kwan so ne de aye ne ya ene de bia ye ho be kire yen because entro kwan e de aho kire na eba ba no kwan e de fa ahodie e bie yina. When you are truthful to yourself, oda. When you are truthful to your brother, when you are truthful to your sister, when you are truthful to your neighbor, when you are truthful to the next man, you sleep and you sleep well. But if it is your stock in trade to deceive, to be deceptive, say whether you occupy a public office or you are in private life, when you take to deception, when you take to lies, you will never know peace. Enti na be say politicians ade bia omode na ada nam omode ntro nam omuni ahoto osora no pa bia otie radio ahese no ho asem aba. Anopai, I want to encourage you to love the truth and to seek after the truth. Adeshima Ghana ma and now no pay so Stream TV GH. I say yemfen chia emu hwam enfambra. Baby biara will be ayeda say we're joining in live this morning. Mo amohen no pay nyina special good morning to you all. We appreciate your time. We appreciate the money that you're spending to watch us. And of course, we'll encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. Stream TV GH. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit the notification button so that all our shows would certainly prompt you. We appreciate it very much. The fact that you join us every day for Ghana's moment of truth. We a Ghana's moment of truth. A higher kanokre. And then found your power and your power and fire your power. Or mine who here in political parties, any politicians. Because individual be any one more so in Ghana. Because Ghana is made up of the totality of all of us. And I pay any African leaders bekasa. And you see a be interview them. But the any one bekasa free her. Africa e mebunu e de assembly asoma me se me kanchire Africa leaders. The youth of Africa have given me a message for the leaders of this continent. And today we will talk to the leaders of our continent from Stream TV GH. And so we will take time and ask ourselves, say, the back and forth between Martin Amidu and Abain. Fi say a Japan semi by it's been one statement after the other. With the banner with the Aba. Fi say Abain they no responsible. We're yet to hear from Mr. Martin Amidu. But I know, say ni Abain the Abano. I suspect we've got suspicion. It's obvious. Say Martin Amidu expectedly will come up and speak to the issues about up. I have no doubt about that. As to whether it will end, Abaye de Kanka said the statement of the Abano is the last it will say on this matter. I don't know if that will stop Mr. Martin Amidu from responding to the issues, but I would expect that he would respond because issues now are buying the Abano. Ebi cast a slur on his integrity. The donor cast a slur on his integrity, and per this statement, Abain any explanation Abain the buyer no. Abain is seeking to absorb itself from blame or pushing saving Martin Amidu. So an impression created by government statement, executive secretary to the president signing The long and short of it is that Martin Amidu onye competent because man opportunity and so was to that is the impression and the import of whatever has been put out by government. And so hearing from him in terms of his response to these issues, I think say ebeboa in the brain. Intano pay you bisa say
between Martin Amidu and government, who has displayed incompetence? Between Martin ABK Amidu and government of Ghana led by His Excellency President Akufo-Addo, Wana and our show incompetence. It's our main issue this morning. I'm inviting you to comment on issues any one-sided matter. Your comment matter, your view matter, and of course, my name will say maybe me can obi beka se me MPP ni ana me kan obi beka se me NDC ni kire wadwen so we slow atade bi obi be pama show because of no cry wo kan dia ene ye nka no cry me ya she me NDC atade ya she me NDC atade na me gine hei mo nim se ya she me MPP atade nso pen ya she me MPP atade pen assembly abekebia so MPP ninti no kasa because assembly na wo kano critical of government and the system. It no kura na say it criticizes government and say it exposes government. You see if the other side because ne wo kano enkunyi ma ban sani and thinking wo ye na enu ha, and because of that thinking no kura no ye kana she ye the partisanship kano kura ashe. It means say your opinion and you have to feel free to express it regardless of what somebody will think of Niawakano. Men massa na when ya so be can be afa Niawakano hunti wonka men massa no enka wo kasa boanhye wo yam obeyare hwe mi ko bi mankani dabi kasa na mo ya over the years and the politicians afa yen so ya mo ache Ghana for maye katasu mu aso ache me pasem surasem ya saade na che nti ama yen politicians afa yen so they have no regard for us because what about kasa or kasa to please somebody because of you be the kafa ne ho me show so stream TV program so CNP me pacho me nsure chire when you are commenting ade ayempe ayatem didie because yankasa ye ni atem ade ayempe ayatem didie say ye ka issues na ubedi atem eno de enye lempo na meka Ghana for well-meaning Ghanaians, discerning Ghanaians who are watching the program live will deal with it. But one kasa ubehu se one kasa ye. Yen na yen majumba. Na yen fire no to omoni nsemi. Ma yen jai omemwo ni ma wonu mu a wo from who politicians nkwa na politician adwuma na ewo ho no mu no enye profession obi abetime a politician enye profession ye won ko fo bebre wa bamu a si ese amemwo omko hu sukuu da bi da enti ma yen ja amemwo no emma womu de atom hu so omu from who politicians nkwa no ya ye ne sa ache nti na enne ye boy ball si ehunintem emra ye started for republic ena ya nye ye hu NDC MPP nkwa ne adwini Ghana ho a me sure sanka by now your third force anka by now anka nkwa ye MPP ne NDC by ye che ye hu anopay you be doing commonia bonkomo. But before then, say no to polythene bags and contribute to saving this environment. Rubber bags no do sudodo. Rubber bags are saying say rubber bags is saying issue. Rubber bags ne single use plastic are choking our gutters and they go to the extent of even affecting livestock and air marine life. I want to encourage you to reject single use plastic. Reject polythene bags and use the alternative. And the alternative a reusable bag. And of course, learn to go and buy food with your own bowl buy your cocoa, your favorite porridge in your own flask. If for some reason you are given polythene bag and whatever item you bought can fit into your pocket, please do so. If you can hold the item, please do so. Because many a times the rubber bags and the polythene bags we take have no use. Why would you take what we call in Ghana a takeaway rubber bag for just a tin of milk? Why would you accept a polythene bag for just a bottle of water? What is the purpose of that polythene bag? What you are doing is contributing to the plastic waste which is devastating this planet. So I'm encouraging you to adopt a lifestyle change. Change your attitude towards the environment by adopting environmentally friendly means of doing your business, buying food, going shopping, selling. We all owe it a duty to ourselves, because the polythene bag situation is say the environment. In the absence of any policy, any single-use plastic policy, which is lacking because our politicians don't love our country. If they loved Ghana the way they claim, they would have thought about the future, and today we'll be thinking through a policy or a legislation to control this growing menace. But they will not do it because they are scared that they are going to lose votes. They always put electoral fortunes ahead of national fortunes. That is the crop of leaders we have. So in the absence of any policy, any legislation, you and I should encourage ourselves, remind ourselves, say, if we begin to refuse and to reject single-use plastic, we would be contributing in our own small ways to helping the situation. So say no to polythene bags and save this beautiful environment. Dr. Kwame Amwakutufuo at the Nkaibobi Afra Stream TV so a opesi edema adasa. Na meka Dr. Kwame Amwakutufuo a nti a announcement we akoba ne se assembly or court assembly or court na asasem no obi ewa aban mu a ono nso edin eye Dr. Amwakutufuo saa ono no involved in the land matter na fi sa asem no beto odwa no papa no da wonna se ni amanfo frɛ no ani na doctor so akoye den yesi asasem mede ensem nie enti wo fa Stream TV so akirikire mu se ono enso ede Dr. Kwame Amwakutufuo nanso enye wono eno ye involved in the land case. Dr. Kwame Amwakutufuo American Asimi or a founding member of the New Patriotic Party, or a businessman, or a politician, or some engineer. Sagana for you kai school feeding. Dr. Kwame Amwakutufuo any the first person a man peninkufuo power no emma or till school feeding program no. Or no ena won patchere say in sanse semina yebo edin Dr. Amwakutufuo mu no enye wono enye nyodi school feeding baaye no enye MPP founding member no ana enye politician businessman no nemomu the Dr. Amwakutufuo na ye ka asesemi fan e ka no ho no wono eye an economist na ono ewo vice president office okosuku wo Canada enti Dr. Amwakutufuo mi omumu baako ena asasesem wo court no oye involved enye Dr. Amwakutufuo founding member of the NPP ena ye kasey oye advisor to the president of the Republic of Ghana. He is not the one involved in the land matter. Ewonungwa asasesem no onungwa Timothy asasesem in relation to one Dr. Amwakutufuo enye the Amwakutufuo ono any the first executive director ma school feeding program na enye ono ni advisor to the president no Dr. Amwakutufuo baako na ɔyɛ economist a ɔwɔ vice president office no but as sɛ wahyɛ ne nso saa ɛde ama me ma menkyia ɛyɛ independent candidate bi a ɔno ɛkɔ kontenkro 2020 aba a yɛkɔ to yi ɔpɛ so ɔkɔ parliament ɔno nso sɛ wɔkɔsom na som wɔkɔsom no ɔno CNDC de MPP nyinaa adi Ghana hwambɔ odi ɔmo akyi so wɔkɔ parliament a wɔkɔka ɔmo ho na neɛ ɔmo ayɛ yɛn no ɔmo akɔso ayɛ yɛn saa nti ɔso ɔmo kontenkro ɔkɔ independent me independent for no minyaa Ghana for me more a chance and I just feel me again because we are complaining about MPP and NDC but we are scared to give others the opportunity enti ebo JB ono eye independent parliamentary candidate in Shiaso constituency ebo ono campaign team won hwe jumedie at this time ichecha mu nyina moni adwuma pa me ene de se o ka se o pese o parliament o ko independent cause o call any of these parties so no buza se ne bo na ade amini ni na yesu hu wo de ho akohye mu bi ade yesu de ho akohye mu a one no twe ho eden because one our reliance nyina be politics minus politics be mobo but eboje bi so okọ independent ewo eye in Shiaso constituency na for me na for mi chechiamo atete nsemo ekoso for me na MPP candidate I say you the free parliament na oto okọ independent na mi tie mpanimfo bi Ghana mpanimfo bi a wo moka ekasa fa asem we ho na metena se busa se entinkonfo mo kasa wo mo tene wo mo kana se no mo do Ghana enne ye de obi independent candidature fa ba men kan say ye the development a blackberry electorates ye the and it started with the president of the republic it started with the president but the electoral abuni echiama ni but me chair for me na for say enne ye ka elections aye be kwa MPP first mo ka chair for me na say mo koto abama independent candidate no eye NPP candidate na oso ono wo ko content ko because mosisi no mosise mo koyo no okonyi ana NPP and retain seat na aha won yankofo a ono no be ye adwuma atwe development aba constituency ho letimo pache sese obi eni mu party mu dia ana constituency bi MP en free mu party mu a mo fa development enko ho ana mo fa development enko ho ana is that the logic? Is that what you are telling the people of Fomena? Libisa eno any asemu amo ka kire Fomena for nanu amampani ko yo ka kire na nanu mu ni kroma for so mu ni MPP candidate ni nkasa no sesa na adwen na independent no ko na moa no mo yi candidate foforo mo de ne ko ono so se da bi ekwan a mo fa so mo yi sa candidate no mo amoa mo ni mia eni wie enti mia me ko o de mu nya me na mia me nko bi bu so amalusu maka papa so on sesa na adwen mampani ko gina for me na ka kire na nanu ahemfo se o mo MPP ni oye MPP ni no ni MPP for na be ye adwuma oni MPP for na ye adwuma enti se wo mo ni papa na nkasa na wansesa na adwen a enwa no candidate no na enwa no president na osan kaka ho se enwa wo mo for me na fo enti ni bisa se ekwan ben so na se MPP enwi for me na seat na enwa for me na fo because president is no be oni MPP for na ye adwuma yes o ye Ghana ni na nye MPP ni na o parliament na MPP no power in development no me gini ho amentiase and me gin business akasa no e we say free Ghana mpanifo ano na eba wono mu a wo so mo te constitution ase wono mu wo so mo do my patriots pa and it is sounding as if we say the development in blackmail for me na for I said the development is blackmail omo and omo koye na owini bia and yesemwa o hey na nanke ni say bia azanka krefa adwen foforo Ghana na enye nyina ya bia o gold na wa asase no so no mampani so akofina mu say gold no wo be manage na asobi aso nti na wo ka kire say o de wo MPP ni na MPP fo na ye adwuma na say ade na nkose ne ekọ a ebe ha kromafo no na chesa nkoye MPP candidate to be wiri for me na de a akwan wi yebi factories ayesisi a ekekai we bia mu yebi development pa mu yebi sana mampani aka kire yen and maybe we susu se for me na for mote amanyo ase na mote amamu ase a ensese mo so sa akasa no so it must not be encouraged I am papani kasa yes mo yam politics there but it must not affect the development of a constituency it must not o se kan okwani kire yempani fo ni nyai na ntafrehu na ase we suro yempese ye beka ne ade enso so ni ye ma wo mo keka na de mpapa bu na eba na stifle development. Don't encourage such comments. Mamunyesa mampani anope ye chia o yiri so ho ye Ghana man se e bom paya e kai o ye be hye nyame nsa ne asre ne ban bo ama wo okwa wo be campaign na onyi free akwanhia esai ene nusuo mu empabo bi nso ko ema former president John Mahama making sanade na koye no ya na MPP NDC a ntimpanifo mienu die ende bi ma wo na yensere nyankopon banbo emma former president John Mahama nso okwa wo be nyame nyini free akwanhia mu esai ne nusuo nyini free mu na onka mu mienu mu ho omma mu akoma a emre na yeto abani wie a wo abewe no wate ase onyame mamu akoma emre ehu nyame papa post election ehu nya omamu akoma emre a wo a obewe no obesom saa na Ghana anyame fa hodie ene ni peace den ha ba ko bewe enti no wo abewe no no ate ase na bibia kama nyankopon enkamo ho na enra ye ma odona market foni na yakọ enra eja eto odona market na we ho ye papa because minim nipa bi omo ben ni a omo diga wo ho na waso ya no pa wo siesi wo ho senka wo kodwom na hemachi afre waka che o se o shop no eja tom enye shop ba ko enye mienu shops bebre ahye na mampani tumbika kodu ho Professor Jena no pokwa jemadikan ko ho ana mampani su koye na me say politicians say ne omo pa ni asentatia esichire hwengu si ebe ni enye hu bagbe mu fiba bo hu ane say o maje ho nyina afa politicians disentatia esichire anade dokodoko ehwegu a African politicians on disaster and any of my doko deal because it's seer and almost found at the campaign now I because or mine ya team yam pesi ebeko ya nim na mitie mampani na ayehwa hye me nima mampani bisa say about how many shops and are affected. The Kabuna soon microphone capture is about 3,000 people and they are affected. And you put two statistics me together and you have quite a fast way that this is not the first time a market ashi. And this is not the first time one are buying a belly out one more omoye affected by eja ashe omo market. And this is not the first time eja to market na ye mini yenti ejato market then so yatena ho am ejato market. This is also not the first time. Na say the biada ye begina for akonia market time near market time the same problem near to him is here na political advantage near all ka ne yaya ebetia no akaye na sede ene ne na sede so na da wode dada wo mo ye victims enti yen solve the real problem man pania can say bi na in fact where African leaders won say emabulu ya mayani ambre wo muso a omo fa ye nko ba bia Ghana for me tell me say ya mayani ambre a the leaders are yanyani ye wo ene wo mo masalaya omo so pese wo mo ba ya hwani a the be ko ni say ya eja shishishi markets bebre ebi ana ye electrical faults ebi so ho a na eye aduane a wo noa e wo market ho ebi wo ho na wo gas a wo ayusu na ebi a eliki na saa nyema we nyina no ye wo ehumra ene ehun hyehyeye obia odiga e wo market a eye owned by the state eye market eye owned by any district or municipal or metropolitan assembly bia mo de mo ko assembly bia nko busa se emra ben management rules ben and wo ho for all the markets are owned by assemblies. Kaneshi market, Odona market, Kumasi Central market, Asafo market, Kotokraba market. These markets are under the management of government. Na mampani yetimi tinase ema onumwa market yi ehye omase womo gigi sika efri emeri etiti we ho eyo omasebie se because look as etese no akwakwaju obi facility se ubi da onipa no ba na enhyehyaya wode ato ho okacho se ye wo fufuo wa abrosan no so a untimi wo fufuo wa abrosan no so ana meboa enti wo kwaju obi market okwaji abai market na emani emo market bina enya bia ne yanka nkyere wo mo yanka nkyere wo dia then it goes to deepen the fact that people are just not working. There were public markets and so you not kwan wo bia ye ne wiring adinu kra stores are yesisi wo market we see ni basa and so city authorities yi nyansa ko man no ho ekogigi omuseni sika ekogi omuton se wo se wo mugye and them ampani nyina ho say government your government is coming to rewire all markets in Accra we ja we yan shi anka president o mbekọ akokase e ba the rewire markets e won kan nyina odo na market na nkeja nkegu a kama ampani e baba wutiri mu se kogina wo ka kire o mu se ye ba the rewire all markets in Accra. How long have you thought of this? Mampani, how long have you thought of rewiring all markets in Accra? How long has this been before you? And why did it take this Odona fire to get that announcement from you? Therefore, the politics of that na dia ne yesi anke be ya anke aye because na me kai no enye first time eja eshi market bi nie ampani o MC eho ehye ne nsa o metropolitan chief executive eho ne hye ne nsa or you part of the executive who appointee emra wo kase ye ba dere waya ha nyina no wo bisa ne se aha waya re ne te saying Ubusani say what is the level of supervision ewa ha Mampani upebisa mayor ne say how does he manage this market eja toho Ghana hano say asemusia we don't look for the people responsible because ekobe nyina no ebe be president na bobo ano The president spoke as if nobody is in charge of that market. He spoke as if it is nobody's responsibility to ensure the right things are done in the market. Then the catcher will say, "We don't be paid so any or and found so American and or British. We don't be paid if you leave a human being alone. On Yenyama, a better than Akum, or Bayani or no man who want a meeting your working before, a meeting your own management, a meeting your own leaders. And to say a gashi, no man penny who say a wiring problem. No Musa man penny should have asked the representative or the inclination is as our market, I want to say. Musa say, how have you been managing this market? I jatoho. Somebody ought to be explaining to the president. But the president will not demand that accountability. He will not. He will rather promise the people. Say your government very wire markets one claim. When was the last time wire Kaneshi market? When was the last time? Eja we isi answer. Na mo dia mo sa na maya mo politicians sa na maya mo. Assembly ya. I'm pretty sure say me mete mo assembly nti na ma ba ha me di person yan kasa me de ni bana me de ni be he. Yetikum hanu na enene wiwi anu mu en fire dwen ko ho. Yes, the most important things to the development of this country and move and company for home politicking. A kwanya befa so a obe branded political opponent corrupt and no be more experts and no be more yade. A kwanya befa so a obe win political argument. A kwanya befa so a assembly aba obe screening no. And no be more yade machinations more yade. Now we need to manage markets. You can't build proper and modern markets. Marketing you buy on the CB. Kakane wo hono so anka behama ayi district executives ni NCC and you will see for me the reforms papa beba you be insist on the right things being done. You see one year ho yie ni so matina wa ma hye. Baba fe na baba hye ye bo. De bo hye na mo de bo hye na wo be hye bo. Say o baba be wire Accra market ni na. Hey, man penny mo share do. All of a sudden, although na market ejatom, all of a sudden, gabai baba wire in cry market ni na ma no so ye wani aje. Oh, Ghana for mo your mo bo. Man penny ka say abai baba we wire market say what ayi enkanyina ehwa na nkamu na madane machi na nkamu gya no ho ehwa osan nkamu gya ho ni sori fi woko because only problem no ni opachira ka kire mo no only problem no ba no otwa ma we asayansa ene yesi NBSSI sika yam budget ye NBSSI now over 3,000 affected market women. Yempe bibi kakra fama wamo. Yenye sika de bema mo krobu okra woni le bu shop mu kra do so che sika de bema wo. That's now. That is what we do even with flats. That is what we do even with flats. We know what to do. Storm drains no say a construction work kan ha. Abaya ba ma abaya ko. Mo kan this time country project. Almost $600 million could not be accounted for. And canoon and see the perennial flooding situation one can have. They see ne a baby aba no the nanon flood but we never solve it. No politicians abanye the camera we commensurate with the family. Government will do whatever they have to do to take care of their children and will give them a befitting burial. And hey, natural disaster be cool. And I said, in so far on cry ha, and I that show no I bind the promise befitting burial. See ya. You be free. was say on my for mumma yet pesu kokko kyerɛ mpanimfoɔ no yɛma omuhu sɛ mediocrity no ɛyɛ yabrɛ wɔ mu meanwhile ne ɛyɛ me yanso no sɛ ɛnyɛ sɛ wɔn promise sɛ ɔba bɛyɛ waya na ɔba bɛyɛ o ɔnyɛ na ɔrɛ bi sɛ ɔkɔto aba ɔnyɛ moma yɛ ma yɛ homene so moma yɛ sɔre waka yɛn gye ɔmo ani si hɔ beyond partisanship. And I'll pay a message to African leaders. Now, I want to greet all young people in Africa. It's a special greeting to all of you because of the special message you have given to me to share with the leadership of this continent. I am greatly sad this morning for what I am seeing happening in Uganda. And I was equally sad when I watched worrying videos and pictures of the state being turned against citizens in Nigeria. But the youth of Africa have told me to tell the leaders of Africa that the days of tyranny has come to an end. African leaders, hear me and hear me well. You are messing with the wrong generation. Let the leaders of Africa, from the north to the south, from the east to the west, regardless of who you are, don't mess with this generation. That is the message from the youth of this continent to the leadership of this continent. The tyranny has come to an end. The injustices being perpetuated by African leaders against Africans has come to an end. And I'm calling on young people of Africa, begin to pay attention to happenings in your continent and forget about what is happening in the US and in Europe. We ought to turn our antennas and our focus on the leaders we have on this continent. We are busy discussing US elections. We are busy analyzing the US elections. We have been talking about Black Lives Matter, paying attention to the human rights abuses in almighty America. We talk about it, we use our social media handles, we complain about it, and all the things we do. We pay attention and show interest in things happening in the US, happening in Europe, to the neglect of even worse issues and situations happening in our own continent. It is about time we focused on our own, because we have been silent for far too long, and that is why these old folks are taking us for a ride. Look at the age. Look at Muhammadu Buhari's age. Look at President Akufo-Addo's age. Look at Yoweri Museveni's age. When you cast your mind across Africa, how many Africans are under 40? How many African leaders? How many African leaders are under 40? About 80% of them from 60 and above. But look at the state in which this continent has been left. We turn the state, we use police and military force, turn them against our own people, young people who are demonstrating and demanding for the right things to be done. After disappointing your own generation and disappointing this generation, young people rise up and demand the right things to be done and you turn the state against them and you shoot your own people, the very people who buy you the Land Cruisers you drive, the very people who give you the fat life you are enjoying in public life as president, the very people who pay for your bills and that of your children, the very people who pay for the luxury hotels you people go and stay in when you travel out of the continent, you turn guns against them and you shoot them just because they are standing up to your irresponsibility. And now send me to Uganda. There is a 38-year-old man contesting a 76-year-old man. Yoweri Museveni has been president of Uganda since 1986. We are in the year 2020. This man is still president. But Nimran 4 are still in poverty. And a 38-year-old man stands up against this tyranny, enjoys the support of many. And now, Omo Rally, Bobby Wine and Seven American. He's a musician, very young, very passionate about his country. He's a young man, he's a youth of this continent. Has gathered the courage. And I'm calling on all young Africans who are passionate about this continent to begin to emulate the example of Bobby Wine of Uganda. If you're a young man and you're not happy with the kind of leadership you are being served by the old folks, start training, educating, and developing yourself towards tomorrow's leadership. Don't waste your time on social media taking flimsy pictures, showing your buttocks and showing off cars and stuff like that. In most cases, we ought to emulate the example of Bobby Wine and stand up for the rights of everyone. And now there was a rally held by Bobby Wine's party, and while the rally was going on, police stormed the place and captured Bobby Wine, threw him into their car and sped off. But Omokono crowd and they said they will not allow Bobby Wine to be taken away. They were demanding the release of Bobby Wine. Look at how the state, look at how people who call themselves responsible leaders, people who are grandfathers, look at how they decided to respond to the calls of the people for the release of Bobby Wine. Tear gas, gunshots, people were killed. And now, yesterday, in Kampala, people were shot. Just as we saw in Nigeria, NSAS, people were shot by irresponsible politicians, by leaders who have failed themselves and have failed their nation. Kevin Show. It was a sad moment for Africa when policemen were turned against citizens, killing indiscriminately just because of political power. You have held on to power for all these years, almost 38 years you've been president. The country is still in poverty. There are no opportunities for people. For 38 years, what else can Yoweri Museveni do for Uganda? After 38 years, you could not make Uganda a heaven. What more can you do? We are power drunk on this continent. This is what happened to citizens of this continent. And that's why I'm calling on young people on this continent to arise. Get up. Get out of your hiding places. Stop the fanciful things you are doing on social media and rechannel the energies into productive things that will get your leaders to sit up and think and begin to change the narrative about Africa. Aren't you happy when you study abroad? Aren't you happy when you study in the US? Aren't all young people in Africa looking for opportunities to go out of this continent? Why are we showing interest in American elections? Why are we interested in Black Lives Matter? Something that is thousands of miles away from us. Yes, it's happening to black people as well. But Africans here on our own continent are being abused by our own leaders, and African youth are not talking about it. They are talking about the ECOSO elsewhere. You find Ghanaians on social media. Black Lives Matter. We run the campaign. We hold vigils. And we cannot hold vigils in support of our friends and brothers in other places who are suffering worse situations. Africa, arise. The tyranny must stop. The human rights abuses must come to an end. African youth, never again must you accept this kind of treatment. The era of the old folks has come to an end. Look at their ages. You see, they fight for political power so that they can make up for the lost years of their lives. The comfort they could not work hard on their own to give to themselves. They come to fight for political power to get that comfort, and you are the one who pays for that comfort. Why must you settle for further abuses? Why? This is Uganda. This is Africa. I want to see Africans talking about what is happening in Uganda. I want to see other Africans joining Nigerians and demanding for the right things to be done. It is about time we turn our attention on our leaders. Africa is what it is because of our leaders. Let us stop blaming the white people. Let's stop blaming the Chinese, and let's focus on our leaders. Demand the right things to be done, and if they are not prepared to be done, we chase them out. Yemfeno insiho. Anopeni ebisa se. Owura Martin Amidu. Wewe na adwuma no wewe mum. So wewe adwuma no wewe or 7 years ana nkoso de adwuma no. Wewe adwuma no okoso kwan mu na oja e de twere ho. Na anopeni ebisa sem se between Martin Amidu, who resigned, and the government of Ghana, who has shown incompetence as far as the establishment and the expectations of the office of Special Prosecutor is concerned. The patrol in Samuel Martin Amidu as the Special Prosecutor, first of its kind. His role, his performance in office, and abiding, and so role in establishing the office and ensuring that the office is up and running. Between these two, I want to call it entities, because I'm not looking at Martin Amidu as a person, but I'm looking at him as the Special Prosecutor, so former Special Prosecutor. Between the former Special Prosecutor and the government, who has displayed incompetence in the establishment of the Office of Special Prosecutor. Now, anopa we no asem we e asem a wose adwene kwa akire ansa na yewia no wose adwene kwa akire ansa na yewia no. I have had some difficulties with Mr. Martin Amidu. I was one of the people Namidi Ebijidi said his coming will indeed be the game changer, as the president told all of us. There were those who did not believe in Martin Amidu at all. There were those who had firm belief, the majority of us had firm belief in Martin Amidu because of what we saw him do. And the fact that intimin kaneka sabuan sheneyem okanadwen on fansem sie nim say ono ene beye adwuma no ampampa adwuma ne de ma no en kadeniema bia meni anje Martin Amidu hu emra na oye special prosecutor ene say we dey ready to say na otietie ensemu ekoso obi bi too much. And this is a politician be a candidate for the office or be issue statement. And this one to say be a political statement to be a tree or no anani office or bekasa. Na no Emma ni padogo na de wi se Martin Amidu as a olusu focus. Before a Japan semi-bebe, now what they responded to a number of political statements are. Let me say as an independent special prosecutor, now and Sanya Mano wasting the time. Now or they responded to the extent that he used the Office of Special Prosecutor letterhead to respond to a political statement made by John Mahama. I felt to say now. It was so unnecessary. It had no bearing on his work. And he said, say, as someone John Mahama kaye, far the office, far the hono, treat the office no into partisan politics. But maybe Tinasi him say, response no more than John Mahama, and now on one kasa the office no, ever share politics no. Because John Mahama was asked whether Office of Special Prosecutor saying office no be maintaining na also he work with Martin Amidu. Martin Amidu said dey intini akoka say John Mahama akoka say oso de be adwuma na the office no enye partisan office na the okeka no or twe the party no the office no aba politics no. That response was needless. It was needless. We heard of a few complaints in Swa or Memaye. At a point, let me say, well, Ebia, waka and someone chere, one more, a yoma said yes, or also ma echo. Waka chere, one year, 18 hour babontin, the catch there, because before Martin Amidu Beba Bontin, the case, Obi office, Papa, the Bewajumano. Let me say, one more said, ne yoma said yes, or also man office, no. Waka chere omonye ebi nibi na me fo say bia na do so dodo but the same thing as say you never know how he's been fighting behind the scenes onya kwan enye ni opeso obeye ade ba ko bi so Martin Amidu ye ya ususu say anka all resign no sanko de can reasons hu say asem we ya me kan ye nti adwuma no me hu say ntimi ni biem ene asem a o kan ye ese Airbus bribery scandal no government official one John Mahama now so ontimi enton san friend to na no because John Mahama has bought an insurance for himself as the flag bearer of the largest other political party, to choose his words. And we say into a special prosecutor said then say if a special prosecutor Yamawemra and within the law, over 2 years, what the fraud be interrogating him. And if Martin Amidu will come to tell us, say he's unable to interrogate Mr. Mahama because of his role or position as a flag bearer of the NDC, then he is failing the very mandate he's been given. Because in swearing that oath, he swore to work impartially. He swore to work without fear, favor, or ill will. So for him to come and tell us that because of the position of John Mahama or interrogating the name, me na me susu say sada no na wasan kan or resign na odi e no eye the reason. Because they are foul police ni say chikronfo na okokodu kronfo no ho now ma the catcher say the kodu ho ba kronfo no sa ono ne president harvest committee chairman enti me china enye now police ni no be police saying because one ma police say obi oyo harvest committee chairman dey won chi no obi oyo ordinary person be chi no yes say obi ye bone a pamra ne ye adwuma regardless nti ho no mani anje Martin Amidu adwuma ho e wo ho kra mani anye ho I agree in part say he ought to have shown some managerial skills or the maneuver and maybe an ekoso but on tibe bia wote no and I won't near often indeed Martin Amidu on the floors as special prosecutor but me no let's say in looking at SAR institutions in the name Martin Amidu former special prosecutor any government you know when objectively aban afem ensunie the patron mana na kachire say the way to fight corruption is to introduce an office of special prosecutor class aso bi amane patron say hwan nanado oh good cloud for ku pa it was Nanado who told the people of Ghana say or the office of special prosecutor be ba na no na ever the face of the corruption fight. That was not Martin Amidu's vision. That was not the NDC's vision, and that was not United vision. Mampeni netna sin the party MPP and netna sin and a woman here etna sin who said baby ya corruption with the existing institutions. Attorney General Shraj anyone why you must say I didn't to see you say Attorney General yi na fruma as executive enti woni independence a wode be yaduma enti kwofo ni sika wa ban mu kura wo ntimi ntwoma so enye yemfa office bi mra wono a woni aban mu oni party wo betimi yini yema ya aduma mampani akufo ado na ka che say wanya vision bi now the vision is to create a special office of a prosecutor enti wo a ukura vision what the year political campaign don't forget say adia ba ko eboa Nanado mo win 2016 elections your corruption your free SHS any corruption and nema me and eboa Nanado ema o win 2016 elections and adia ba ko kafa corruption ho a ma civil society for a ma floating voters Etuma Nanado any your cast about the corruption which is the establishment of an office of special prosecutor. Na sa wo na ukwa vision why your political promises. Now about power. Let's set up the officer in 2020. We are being told that as of 2019 we were still shopping for an office accommodation for the special prosecutor. For me, that is incompetence. Emma, don't forget to say that concept, OSP concept, you know, it was alien to the MPP na debae. Enti na wasanka omani kuhu na omo make sure say ade bia wose womu dugu kwanu e set up an office in Pansa na omo appoint obi no nkoma ye because also was setting up an office of special prosecutor. Look, go and read the Office of Special Prosecutor Act. That office ought to have not less than about 7 departments, and every department would have to be properly resourced logistically and human resource wise. Yamusa ban say Every 2017 oba power. Mr. President Akufo-Addo say every 2017 oba power basic 2020. Can he boast and tell the people of Ghana say he has set up a befitting office of special prosecutor as he sold to the people of Ghana? Now, setting up that office is the responsibility of the vision bearer. And let me say, any serious country be anyone more obey in setting up that office. Yem appointing pa and sana ya kache nipa ne se onko hwehwe baabi a opɛ so tena de yɛ adwuma. America for ente office of special prosecutor and sana mama no temporary accommodation 3-bedroom house. Actually papa no ntimi nyɛ adwuma because sa 3-bedroom house no ntimi accommodate the full complement of his staff. Into recruitment kura ontimi nyɛ na ɛno ɛbɛyɛ akwansidie ɛnɛ mo ne no kɔ ɛdan wei mo kɔ hedan no issues ɔdan no ho na makɔ dan foforɔ ho issues ɔdan no ho ɛkwan a mo nya dan foforɔ ɛkwan a mo fa so a mo ma ne king papa ne pɛsɛ wɔn asɛm a ɛkɔ so no Ghana for mo wi mo ni na mo ntin nsɛm na se o ebi sɛ ne yɛde safa kɔma Martin Amidu ɛna rejecting yɛ. Muntie Martin Amidu response to the chief of staff and now this safa no command. O ka che ne say so when ya baabi a nsusu ye mu e safata me office na nyame hwe ni say obeka kire mampani na mampani are public commissioning of the building because it is the responsibility of the government to set up the office. But we walk up on Mudain, then Nani Akohadai no, Musima renovation na when the Safwa Bremi, watch your letter and the Safwa Shen with Masumasi from Bremi. Anna Martin Amidu is supposed to say, and no crime no. Because that office is not my personal office. It is the government of Ghana's responsibility to establish the office. And when you are a diner, we should say, yeah, because we limit by now. One a mama me kwine and I mention me penny that and can papa mua. It should not be the case. He said Martin Amidu should be the one dictating and quoting what he wants and what he doesn't want. A system that works should have set up an office in readiness for the special prosecutor. Because a chief of staff na mampani a charge him say or make sure say that office is set up. Martin Amidu was expecting that the state would do the honorable thing and do a proper handing over. And mama me office already my complaining say office mama me office papa bia and that one thing that. Now when your office dia mama we should say yeah mama because my chairman mo pa na kokoro mu de safo abreme o se baabi one state and commission dan no na wa fe officially publicly one hand over safo dia mama. Then from there mademu ne me pemenya eya ban na sade so oye sade no obi a be fa no aduma ni bia eya ban sade so obema no computer de be aduma eya ban sade so obema na koni obetena so eya ban sade so obema no akadia ode be aduma no enye nipa na ya fa no na sade na one first special prosecutor it is special prosecutor onu na onko kire onko ya computer so obeto onu na onre the kind of security lights in the cameras or the body office. The system is not working. The system here duma anka here duma send you say ya na you be fire IGP before be fire IGP the office ho baby you be kwatena as IGP are available the car obey you as IGP is what see yes someone require making sure say the new car is available before he comes. So me ehame say ye shifty ade na ma akwakoye say Martin Amidu is incompetent because he could not establish the office. It was not his duty to establish the office. It is the duty of the state, represented by the government, to set up that office. Again, the personal office. For almost 3 years, look at dates. Let us abide by any portions of our quoting. Number date. As of 2019, from 2017, that office was unsettled because there was an accommodation issue. And they also say, Senator Martin Amidu, and our financial clearance to recruit our staff to do our pay. We are so about 200 and something staff because of the various departments and divisions are and then what institution Yama financial clearance also for nipa to pay. Now we are competent government we own also the office of Special Prosecutor, so you understand in your mind the kind of office we are talking about. We will be acting now. Say the dame kano. What kind act now? A juma omo babe no enye nipa mienu juma. Ena a juma omo babe no enye 3-bedroom house a juma. So at the time Martin Amidu, the office our 3-bedroom house no. Now most mama financial clearance more expect so be recruit about 200 and something staff no. Sa 200 and something staff no o recruit o mo sa 3-bedroom house no mo kwotena ya adwuma na na. Masa o feli anu aka. Ade ma yin. That office should have been set up, finished. When there's a new recruitment in Pona Mobaya, that office ought to have been set up. One setting up office, no man pay infrastructure NCO, and for new facilities and no Nakoba say, after Martin Amidu now has the opportunity to tell you you're paying your own pay. Nanka no send your some no and the bia dana kwemua. Would you have been complaining about office accommodation? He would not have had the grounds to do so. Because idea you see the percent this is na edi oshu body about the anti-corruption fight. Now you be here knowing the enormity of work. Retrieval of stolen monies, investigation, and not just investigating the criminal cases, financial malfeasance, any interrogations, any you the act, and you'll be amazed. See a map upon a 3-bedroom house of and start Eduma. No customer mano office no. How many interrogation rooms are available? Investigators now on the offices there na no mutinemu. But you know bia the system, the computer, and the bia or the adwuma. And it took almost a year and son I appointed Martin Amidu. Martin Amidu was appointed in 2018. Now a whole 2017 I shook up. Now me the first 1 year now. Yeah, try there no consultations because when I am fano. Now my dream so me say at the same time I am here appointing no. Now my dream me say now buying and so working on a befitting office for that person to occupy. Sa na e nipa na mo he no na da bi okotena ko adwuma ne de na mo nyene ho. It gives me the impression say I don't know how much that you serious some people say yes it didn't send you say didn't. What I say? You shifting blame no and you tie radio one more omo free abemu ba some for civil society for lawyers bi na Martin Amidu we adwuma no so ye ma bibia wo pe and also won nyina ye de ma wo na me bo mo se Martin Amidu mu diska ko bu na account mu kakra bi pe no use ye no bisa se sika no nko de koye den enyema ananka Martin Amidu pe so bi sika de ye no office accommodation na no wo mu no what the sikane yes and yamana esubeban faso Dibusa the way I set up Martin Amidu office no se Martin Amidu ka se obi ntiri na watire wu saa woni nyankebesi anka Martin Amidu would have ended up giving investigative contracts and our investigation cases contract, especially with audits. And Kabomu say Office of Special Prosecutor shopping through the procurement process pay an audit firm to do an investigation on its behalf. Yet the forensic investigators are Office of Special Prosecutor be samboka the evidence across South Africa ama forensic so far remove yaba and kete ha na eduma awosanka office nanka setimi ye na ye the not private sector here because only the full complement of the staff and the resources so they be eduma. But the investigations are warrior so and so say ko play private hand in some very sensitive matters. It is a one would division by one share amma vision no enye pay. Don't blame Martin Amidu alone. Blame President Akufo-Addo as well. He is the carrier of the vision. He understood what he wanted as an Office of Special Prosecutor. When Musa Mampeni said, Office now o create you know, and no na ohunu wona agiri mu ma na wo kanana. Is he impressed with the office he created? The catcher say, when you talk of Office of Special Prosecutor, don't think of Martin Amidu alone as an individual. It is a whole institution. Yomusa Mampeni say, is that the kind of institution we are set up? Did the president show competence in establishing a truly independent Special Prosecutor's office? Did he? It wasn't Martin Amidu's job to set up the office. It was the job of the state, and the state is represented by the president. It is a ne. We have nothing to show for. Adriana Yakayana. Yes, papa na nipa individual na yakofa ne ba yeso head ade no. Ono na went to near aduma no na president de waye na famu de. Mampani one famu de nie. The president has done his best. If this is the best performance of the president regarding the establishment of the office of president, then maybe Adabraka enkoye. Muti asamuna mekaniye. President titi new regions. Yes, CC offices here. President CC new or titi new regions. Are we not putting up structures? Are we not stocking it? Have we not sent people on secondment to those regions? Are the ministers who are the regional ministers of the 6 regions, have they not been given official vehicles? Are they not drawing salaries? I didn't know Martin Amidu for 2 years. No munchianeka. When you emphasize Martin Amidu, Martin Amidu or a poor manager, we need management, we need manoso until we die. Me patro wana na 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 sebie se obetuaneka. Na me patro otuaneka na. Why are you blaming only Martin Amidu? Why are you letting your government off the hook? It is not Martin Amidu who came to promise you an office of special prosecutor. It is a politician, Nanado, who promised you an office of special prosecutor. Maybe Sani said, what has been his level of contribution to ensuring that that dream and vision is properly realized? For 2 years, you did not pay the man. In one of his letters to the chief of staff, or say one case can want someone complaining about Sika because a near no near there may see them so. The nana come a dear chenny say, or that woman penny vision na bem. No mean say, one more come vision and Casaquano. No, he doesn't know moon vision and say, and I know when you're ready. Some of them are vision, no, I do not believe any I was say, yeah. But Martin Amidu should have stood. He should have stood on his feet and fought the system. For the system to know, say, yentina homa politicians, and the justice system will so. Yentina homa be win na ubi. But I say it again, sir, on no tin jahulu nim senya shishenifa. Uti echire na nkeka, and he shouldn't have resigned. He should have weathered the storm. No, some kujina, and Muka will say, Jimensa crano, Jimensa say, or no for can once NBC for Bonechi, and so resign here. But Jimensa won't call for a kumano. Jimensa issues in the bar. They are going for a kumano. And your party for ya Nadanya PROs are Omokasama Electoral Commission. Who speaks for Martin Amidu when his issues come? It's more compare Yamana, yeah, more finding quite in Rimu. A being independent, sir, but they enjoy the support of the executive. They enjoy the support of the party in power. So me, I never expected Charlotte Osei to easily resign, because in her line of work it should be a banner, a controversial, a argumentative. Why now NBC for the support no, NBC for the Kendiamano, NPP for the Ketiano, but NBC for the Kendiamano. Jimensa sa NPP for Kendimano, NBC for Bonechi. It is a one day Martin Amidu. Dear Kotutu Omuhuka say, Womo in the face of state opposition, they have stood their ground, sir. Women make see issues, no, because Martin Amidu's position is different. He doesn't enjoy the kind of support and public relations stance. Political parties will shame just for their advantage. He was not enjoying that. Even his own party before he was appointed, Cracker said, "Bra, we want to meet man the way focus." He didn't even enjoy support from his own party. In Tomo Martini down, meeting or call your name and penny quiet. I net a executive secretary, to portions of the letters, and they supported the fact to say, now, our bomb penny abaso for establishing Sadio, I was asking man penny interfere. How did he interfere? They catch that mindset. Some more percent of Quenny Bed to the 3rd August 2020 letter now Martin Amidu Trauma Chief of Staff when publishing the entire letter. Now with the full context within which more quoting in part what Martin Amidu is reported to have said. About President said, now Martin Amidu, why now can't say me? You just want Martin Amidu kai. I have remained in this office this long out of personal respect for the president's shared commitment with me to fight corruption. And sir, quote you, Omu quote free Martin Amidu letter here or on 3rd August 2020 to the Chief of Staff. And I'm quoting the here, Oka say, Ejuma we yankamejai de dada, na obua me woma mampeni ekufuado, and the same your pese the corruption, 18 and that's so you may say no catch Chief of Staff. But abainu quote you one someone Martin Amidu can some about the Oka say, Ejuma nankamejai de dada, and then an koso. Martin Amidu complain or catch Chief of Staff say Ejuma nankamejai de dada, no obua me woma president in tia, and no the one country. We quote one song come, then we have the full picture. But you quote a part where he seems to be railing the president and he uses his words against him. If you want to be fair, publish the entire letter. Me, I want to know why on 3rd August, Martin Amidu said in part, in the letter he wrote to the Chief of Staff, said, I have remained in this office this long out of personal respect for the president. What happened? Again, the CA. Oh, these complaints were channeled to the Chief of Staff, and the Chief of Staff was the one charged by the president to ensure. So, are you sure your Chief of Staff showed competence in ensuring an effective and functional office of Special Prosecutor? Go and check the complaints Martin Amidu made to the Chief of Staff. The letters he wrote, the things we were asking for, the things he was asking for. Question you say, when he was complaining and saying, me, I didn't have you. Say, as a 3rd August, Martin Amidu Kasan Kawaja Dumane de Dada. 3rd August, and so na a Japan report asemi mayo na a Japan report asem no na emaye entinia na esie as a 3rd August no okase adwuma nanko agai we bu o ma president ntia eno dia mo nka makokotu baabi a eye mo de na mo de aba. Don't blame only Martin Amidu. The government has a huge responsibility in this matter. I are buying now no qualification to have ensured a functional office. Nankaya ye bibia na Martin Amidu bae. Ena we ntimi anye n'adwuma na nkebeka se bra wa hu adwuma no so. Ena me ka che mo say Office of Special Prosecutor no enye project office. And your project office engineers na your more project office enti wo project manager no ya appoint you project manager wo na akwa clear site ho wo na akwa bureaus akwa build structures a workers betina mu no mo dey project no but Office of Special Prosecutor no and your project office so somebody's job it was to ensure say papa ne beba no na bibia o me bia ya adwuma na ya ready. Now you live a 4 country director. Your country director you na kaso country director 9 ben episode tinem. Accommodation na pay. Now only HR any you can saying estate manager no money nam one facility to the other. Your funnel as country manager did that. And I feel na ye every baby amanatena. The power accommodation to her. And you now be here all the way with a system where you functions. I buy one of the act in the core parliament. When I could shape a act in attorney general and a year act in Wajuma. Into winning the kind of office or set it up. Winning resources are office living here. So your job was to have first of because the pass act and as an appointment. You couldn't have appointed Martin Amidu when there was no act. Yeah, the act no core parliament, you debate here, you see here, and you pass the act no. Based on the act, you appointed Martin Amidu. It's the act no motion no act no kasa chere office no functions, and the functions will tell you the resources they need, human resources, logistical resources near the idea. It's not a act na more passing on the appointment na the biamo keke. Na namu mean say the act will only be functional in an environment that is comprehensive, and we were relying on Martin Amidu, the individual, to carry this burden of setting up the office and stocking it because missing the difficult to account to it is difficult to account to and so complaining say we need staff, it is difficult to account to and so complaining say we need machines are the now or no at the procurement of Sanya Manikan Eduma to set up the office at time ben Obenian on their investigation, their Eduma, send also budget. So our bank showed incompetence as well. Great incompetence. Great incompetence. Because the Office of Special Prosecutor was a big subject. It dazzled many. It gave many hope. Not knowing that we were not truly committed to making sure say niye Omangana yang kano kranchire yo hu yang kano kranchire Ghana mpanimfo ya say ya no mbeye wenim say ne okano ene hia enso oka say ne be ya wani be gye ne ho na wato abane bi ama no wo di abane mana onye 4 years ni so a na wasan ba begina wanim na wakan wanim say eye na wani asa agye ne ho so ma me mana another chance na di ama no na wasan du hwamo after 8 years and son aba be say sa papa kura no omonoma. Yes, most of the time after 8 years and you realize say you have a mistake. But that time on so no so when you moye o when you moye si no p yankobium si no p And for the last time, see no P.
Gaskiya guda kedeni.
Begin the Bismarck Brown. Only in Shia. Edwada Kosi Fiada. 11 a.m. It was Stream TV GH. So follow us on Stream TV. And of course, call YouTube and subscribe to our channel, Stream TV GH. We're also on Instagram, streamtv.gh. Follow maybe and comment and participate in our programs. National issues. May the great architect of the universe keep you and keep us here at Stream TV. May his light, the truth, continue to shine on all of us. And in all our activities and endeavors, may we all be mindful of the needs and lives of others. Have a positive mindset. It's a requirement for success. We'll see you tomorrow, God willing. Have a super day.
Kojo mahama ko ka chance abane de kom ne bufuo na toye so we na bi ka kojina tibitire kan sa ko mahama na ka chance de kom ane bufuo ane toye na asa ko na na do so ka chance te kom ne bufuo so no so ba no anye de kom ne bufuo be sa ato ati kan kan che na do so ba na so wan hwe ne ye kom ne bufuo no e de pam mahama no embi ne de pam wo ho nim de Tufo Judy also hunim dear. The word won't pesika ye review. The word wabo bread we won't pesika de ayewe. And he says a kuhuna ye jumani. See what ba kuhun for do Ghana hunda awono. Fire juma na bua Ghana for. A din kwan says a whoop. Say dear good ye it didn't kwan. The bell dimbe comusa and possible man penny be by near friend and out of or Baba ye Ghana ye. Say the word did here and say, but my yard dear na dachi yakase. O man penyi bi ba Ghana na efe na ado dan kwa kuado obeya ade ni penyina ni daso ni penyina Ghana fo se Ghana fo nyina ni daso se Ghana fo o mani daso na so untimi nye di nyina na so ye bi mi ehu so aye tunfo se bi ni nyina ade untimi nye na emom ye bi ni ehu se ampa o ba we ye bi o de min tufo me no wo dem de am no ka tunfo se we de kakra bi no ka wo de wono de dem asem kakra meka no wonkrofo ka ho na meka che ye mfa no kra mfa mo obi meda wo nka we na kyan so de wo peso ye no nko matibida president for p abeka che meda tumfo waso ne do kan se o mu atwa ho hie no bo modin ne hwe o mu yie meda da won watibida o ema meka ema gigi nkongonsa ema de enye no kra no sade ne yepon se obonten kwa ne abeka no kitikiti de akiro na wuhu de ekoso eno na hwe niye adwuma ya de ma ye the report for bebro obehunu na report no nko se mo woni na ho bi se adwuma wo de ma no ye be na report de bro de wa bonten na eno nko nti mo woni na ho pa ti kakra me de beja wa tumfo de de kan wo de wono asem de ye nkana bonten bibre animonyam de yewe se de be ya medin benya animonyam wonim de nti ameka sa tumfo se animonyam no hwe wonya animonyam de animonyam ba ebi ka no wonim ni nyina de nti e wo kasa